About a month ago, I did a competition steak class. I've had a total of 4 winners, besides myself, that have won the high stakes steak competition. I felt pretty confident going into this class, considering my success at the San Antonio Rodeo with the steak I had there, and with the new recipes I was bringing to the table. And when I learned that another one of my alumni had won that first place steak, I decided I would share with you guys some of the things that are really important when it comes to winning steak competitions. Here's a few things that I think are really important before you jump out and go start cooking competition steaks. All right, first of all, they're a lot of fun. They're pretty simple. They're pretty easy to do. All you need is a canopy and a little grill. Another cool thing about SCA, by the way, is they don't care what you cook it on. As long as you execute a perfect steak and your recipes are good, you got a shot at winning. So they're pretty simple, they're pretty easy. Show up, get your grill on, go select your steaks, do your preparation, start cooking, and you're done early. You can even go home that day if you want. Those are little things that will set you apart from the steak in front of you. And like I said earlier, after they taste 20 of them, they kind of all start to be the same. So you need that extra little pop, whether it's a little bit of heat or a little umami or a little salt or MSG or a little combination of any of those above. Next thing you need to know is selection and trimming are key. Selecting the right steak is at least 80% of the game. Now, a lot of us can turn a not so great steak into a pretty good steak, but you know, if you select a really good one up front, your odds and your chances are way, way better. Then you need to learn how to trim it just right so that it appeals to the judge in a way. Remember, we eat with our eyes first, and there is a presentation score as well. If it's a small steak, there is a point of no return also when you're trimming. Another thing to remember is you are competing with some of the best steak cookers in the world. Even though they're fun and easy to do, that doesn't mean it's easy to win. When it comes to steaks, good recipes, perfect execution, and technique can make you or break you. When it comes to steaks, perfect timing, exact fire temperature, exact internal temperature, perfect execution of all of that is really important, more than any other competition meat that I've ever done. It's extra critical and extra crucial when it comes to cooking steaks because you have a very, very small window of perfection when it comes to steaks, and you're cooking at 600 or 700 degrees. Generally, when you're at a big event, there's a lot of people, you got a bunch of friends hanging around, a bunch of stuff going on, and it's really hard to focus on doing things at the cook-off when you have so many people around you. Ask me how I know. Another really important thing, just like in competition barbecue, continuing education and research and development and testing new recipes is key to being able to be competitive at the top level of competition steaks today. Now, one of the things a lot of top cooks don't tell you is that they also continue to educate and do research and development and test and try a lot of different techniques and recipes. That's why they're at the top of their game. So if you want to be at the top of the game when it comes to steak competitions, you need to do that as well. Get yourself educated, learn all you can, and then go home and practice, test, tune, get good with all of your timing and your techniques, and that will increase your odds at winning a steak competition. Before turning, a couple hours before, I did a couple of test runs. I was really literally just coming up with these ideas, and I was testing that, and everybody around, we were with the Tito's teams, there was a lot of people, everybody was tasting and they were like, oh my God, it's amazing, it's wonderful, it's a wow. But me and Terry, because we know our steak, we were both like, it still needs something, it needs something, it needs something, and that something was the powder, you know, number one. Number two, when you get that sear going on the steak, it is another umami, really good flavor. Another thing that's really important, when you practice at home, when you test at home, cook with choice steaks, not select, not with prime, and not with white goose. When you go to an SCA competition, part of your entry fee is the steaks themselves. You have to cook the steaks they give you, and they're always choice. They're not always perfect. I can't emphasize to you enough, when you practice at home, make sure you practice with choice meat, not any other meat, because that's what you're gonna get at the competition. Now in SCA, steaks are judged on 5 criteria: appearance, doneness, texture, taste, and overall impression. And each one of those criteria carries a lot of weight in points, so you need to be able to execute all of those really well when you're under pressure. If you got a lot of fire, it's quicker, it's sooner. It's what I call the flippity flip, right? Flip, flip, flip. I'd rather turn in a perfectly cooked steak that doesn't have the perfect appearance, but at least has a chance with the other 4 criteria, rather than turn one in that's real pretty and seared, but it's way overcooked and kills me on the appearance score once they cut into it. And just like barbecue competitions, when it comes to steak competitions, you win or lose on the cutting board. What you do those last 10 minutes before you put your steak in the tray can make you or break you. We use compound butters, we use finishing dust, really good finishing ingredients that can really make that steak taste great, because remember, the judge only gets one bite. So again, what you do in the last few minutes when that steak's on the cutting board is gonna make you or break you. And this was strictly a wow steak. This is all that I put on it. I did create this as a competition steak rub more than anything. Turns out it's a lot more versatile than I ever dreamed of. So I changed the name from steak to barbecue seasoning. All right, my barbecue loving friends, one of the most often asked questions is, which grill should I use for steak competitions? Should I use a PK? Should I use a Weber kettle? What about a custom grill like the Pro Pit Bullet? What about the grill I have in my backyard? One of my sayings, friends, is run what you brung. You can cook championship steaks with the grill that you have in your backyard right now. Just remember that every grill and every cooker has pros and cons, and the most important thing is practice, 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 and to have some proven recipes and techniques that can get you into the winner's circle. And in my competition steak masterclass, I teach you exactly that. I cover selection and trimming in detail with multiple cameras from different angles, and I show you exactly how to cook that steak from start to finish. I demonstrate and show you award-winning recipes and techniques that can get you into the winner's circle. All right, so now click the link in my bio for more information on my steak masterclass, and let me know if you have any questions. That pretty much wraps it up, my friends. Remember to keep the smoke light, make it work, and make it a wow kind of day. Boom!